Hello and welcome back. In this video we are going to take a look at a powerful tool called the debugger found in VS Code or any other IDE that can help you to see what is going on step by step. And we're going to be using this to see what is going on where we are going to be using the specification pattern. Alright, let's go straight to it. I'm going to minimize my postman. And inside my product controller, I'm going to point to where I was trying to set the specification and to get this individual product. I'm going to add the breakpoint in here. And for my case, it's on line 49. And you can see the exact line on where you are going to be initializing the specification in your project. And you can add the breakpoint in here. And after doing this, I'm going to go to the debugger. And I'm going to go to this little thing, and you will see there will be this for learn and debug. And according to the IDE, there will be the process for the API, and it will be the one that must be attached in here so as to be able to see what's going on that process. I'm going to click on run and debug, and you will have to give it a go and wait. Alright, and once the debugger is now successfully started, you're going to go ahead and send the request again. And I'm going to go back into the postman, and I'm going to send the request again. And in this case, it's going to hit our breakpoint. So let's wait until it hit that. And in this case, whenever you see this are not grayed out, it means that we hit our breakpoint. I'm going to minimize the postman and come back in here. And when you take a closer look, I'm going to make this as small so as to have a clean workspace. And when you take a closer look up here, you will see that there will be these tools for the debugger. There will be this for the step over, and there will be this for the step into, and this there will be this for the step out, for the restart and for the stop. And whenever we want to terminate our request and don't make this postman keep sending the request, keep showing this status, we can go ahead and click on play. But as we are going to be using this to check what's going on, we are not going to be using this, but instead we will be using the step over and step into. And when you take a closer look to here, you can see that we were able to hit this, and it will give you exact ID that we set there as 2. And in that case, whenever we're going to create this instance, we are going to set the ID as 2 as we are getting it here. And you can also observe this on this left panel. And in this case, again, we're going to step into this product with types and bland specification, and you will see what's going on there. So whenever we click on step into, you can see that as we were getting the parameter, it automatically hit this endpoint with the ID, and you can see that it was trying to set the criteria in here. And you can see this behavior in here, and we also set this as 2. And again, when you step over, and you can see and the step over again, you can see that we were trying to add these includes, and then you go again and the step over, and you can also try to add the second include. And in this case, for example, let me go and step over again, it will have to step over again, and it will have to come back into the product controller. And again, you're going to step over one more time so as to reach here, and in this case we can see what's going on here. So whenever we try to let me try to make this as big, or you can hover this and you can see what's in there. You can see that we're having the criteria for this product, and we have the includes. If you can't clearly see it here, you can use this one too. It can bring the same behavior. So whenever we go here, you can see that we're having the criteria for getting individual product here. When you take a closer look to that, you can see what's going on. And also we have the includes, and can show you the list of includes that you are putting in there. And you can see that this can help you when you are going also to debug to what's going on, and it can help you to see all the expressions that are being applied in here. And we need also to step into this repository, and we are going to step into to see what's going on there. I'm going to use the step into tool, and you can see that we hit this endpoint with the get entity with spec. I'm going to step over one time, and you will see this apply specification, and you can see that whenever you hover this, you can see what is going on here. And again, inside this apply specification, you're going to step into it, and where we're inside this function, I'm going to step over so as to reach the return. And in this return, you can see that whenever we come here, you can see that we're getting this entity as a product, and you can get all the specifications and the includes that we have. And when you try again to step into this specification evaluator, we'll see other things that are going on there. As we are getting these as the product, and we can clearly indicate that as we were trying to get this inside, you can get that you can see that we have the criteria and the list of the includes. In this case, we get the two of these, and whenever we step into this specification evaluator, you can see that we were able to hit these endpoints. So whenever you go ahead and step over again, you can see that we were trying to evaluate this query, and the specification, whenever we get the criteria, in this case we are sure that we have one, because when you go inside this specification, you can see that we have the criteria. We don't have this as null. That's why it's going to go inside here and apply all the criteria that we input. So I'm going to step over again and step over, and in this case it's going to apply the criteria that we have in here, and after this I'm going to step over one more time and step over, and it is going to add these includes. So I'm going to step over one more time, and it is going to return the query. And of course, whenever we step over one more time, it is going to go into this as get query, and boom, we go back to where we started, and we're sure that now we're getting what we expected. When you go back again and you step over, and you step over one more time, and you step over, and you can see that we were able to apply the specification by using the things that we set in there. So when you go in here into the specification, you can see that we're still having those, and whenever you step over again, you see that we will reach here, and when you step over again, you will go back now to the product controller. And I think you have seen on what's going on where you are going to be using this specification pattern. You can go and mess around with these, and you will see exactly what is going on there. And this debugger tool is too powerful whenever you're going to debug the errors and you want to see how the flow is going into your application. And it's a good habit to always use the debugger when you want to see what's going on. And once we are now sure that we get all we wanted, we can go ahead and press this play button so as to be able to finish off these debugger things. And you can see that there's no step over or step into, but in that case, when you go back to the postman, you can see that you are getting the product as expected. And I hope, guys, you find this video interesting, and I'm going to stop the debugger in this case, and I'm going to bring back my terminal here, and I'm going to stop this by pressing Ctrl+C or close the terminal and open it again and press enter. And I'm going to go into my file structure, and as we are closing this section, I'm going to add this into our source control, and I'm going to say git commit added the generic and specification pattern, and I'm going to leave this like this, and good. In the next video we're going to start other topic, and thanks for being with me through this hard journey. I hope you learned something new if you didn't know this already, and we will continue to explore more cool stuffs in the coming videos. So keep in touch and see you there. Stay cool and cheers.